Welcome back to a channel that apparently isn't quite dead. Yet. Our story begins in the middle of a shitstorm. A group had just prevented the end of the world, defeating the Ring of Winter, which had doomed the world, freezing it over in a span of 8 months, in which we had been busy wasting our time in the Feywild. Things had been looking up for a while, until King and God Oberyn Crownsilver's daughter, Kiwi, had disappeared, being abducted by some weird unknown forces. Half a party had been venturing to find her, while the other half, due to feeling useless in that endeavor, or being pregnant, a child, or simply not very attached to the missing princess, had stayed behind. One of the people who left, though, was Dava Feng, a chaotic but good-hearted tiefling warlock, formerly known as Damien, but we have a lot of non-consensual true polymorphs gender bend thingies going on here, so let's not get into that. That is easy to strike deals and quick to fuck them up. Current holder of the Iron Hand of Vecna, a werewolf, and a chaotic dumbass at heart. After a while, they returned back to our home, the fortress, with some clues and a semi-well thought out plan on what to do next. And Dava also returned with a new friend, Insru. And this is where we start. You know, Dava is well known for being hot-tempered, impulsive, power-hungry, and chaotic, but also quite loyal and attached to the people she loves. So when Insru one day was found dead in the forest with only a feather lying next to him, she was quick to assume that one of our own SMRs had to be connected to it. So one thing led to another. She sorta tried to attack her 11-year-old sister, not blood related, but family works weird here. The girl's mother didn't really take that well. They thought Dava happened to have bombs on her, and things didn't go too well. Both of them died in the end, and while there were resurrections to save our butts, this whole ordeal had lasting consequences for all involved. Jesna, the mother of the 11-year-old, lost her vampire powers when she got brought back. And Dava lost all her magic. Oberyn, her patron god and technically brother-in-law, different sister, not the angel child, had a long, uncomfortable conversation with her. And when she returned back to the fortress, the Iron Hand of Vecna were gone. Her warlock levels, gone. Her werewolf powers, and pretty much everything this power-hungry tiefling thought made her worth anything, had vanished. It was fun. So what does the emotional mess do? Of course, get wasted. What else? It started out all fun, with her being a dick and accusing his sister of being a dragon fucker. I will not elaborate into that accusations. Said sister throwing back that at least she would not have problems surviving a fall down the stairs, while her dumbass sister was so fragile right now that a wind could kill her. Again. And Dava throwing a knife in the general direction of the pregnant woman. Elena, said sister, being done with the tiefling's shit, storms off, but not before summoning her familiar, sitting it on Dava's horns and commanding it to stay there and take a shit. Now, you see, the natural reaction to an event like that would probably been to shoo the bird away and drink some more. Now, Dava is different. She tipped her finger into the bird's poo, tasted it, as you do, and the immediate taste of bird poo mixed with the slight hint of fey nature hits her. And what I forgot to mention about Dava is she sorta despises the Feywild after certain events. So she takes her hat, with the Fey bird sitting on top of it, and rams it into the wall, killing the bird immediately. Then she stands there for a good second, before she pulls down her pants, squats to where she last saw her sister's familiar, and takes a huge dump right then and there, with a big, victorious grin on her face. After that, she squat walks her way to the second floor, wipes her ass on the curtains on the lounge before passing out in her girlfriend's bed, not to remember anything in the next morning. The rest of the group never found out who shat in the middle of the hallway. No one but dozens of invisible servants will ever know. So, I decided to pretend to be alive. Maybe a little bit productive for once. Thanks for sticking around in the meantime. Have a story about the madness that can be RP chat on my very own Discord server, link in the bio. Of course, with all my other social media and commission information in case you want to see your character drawn in my style one of these days. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you had a somewhat entertaining time. It was a lot of exposition for that little poop joke in the end. Um, but that's the kind of humor you should be prepared for on this channel. I'm sorry, I have no standards. But I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the art that went into this. I hope you liked how everything turned out. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastical day. I wish you all the happiness in the world, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!